This is the Glitch Panopticon Season 2 Chapter 9. In this episode, we will be talking about the use of pattern embedding as a manifestation of a psychic telescope. Now, in Episode 12 of Season 1 of the Glitch Panopticon, we talk about how pattern embedding is the process by which information is embedded in the background information of telecommunications data for the purpose of inserting monologues into the minds of citizens of the Panopticon. In Episode 6 and 7 of Season 2, we talk about how to create a psychic telescope. In that episode, we talked about how two methods of doing so involve the creation of scenarios and the use of objects. With regards to the scenario option, we discussed how films are a manifestation of a reversed lens. In the case of a reversed lens, the film is transmitted as a carrier of the general into the particular. The key words are embedded within the film, which originate in the particular. The placeholders are the objects, characters and other aspects of the film, which enable the transmission of a monologue from the transmitter and receiver to the subjects, being the watchers of the film. In this episode, I would like to discuss how the use of pattern embedding is a manifestation of a much larger form of psychic telescope. Specifically, the background data of a telecommunications transmission is a potent reservoir of objects, which can be used, just as the objects given in the example of a simplistic psychic telescope involving shapes, to lens or filter the particular into the general. A filter, or a structure, relies upon a common emotional attachment to particular objects. In the case of our simplistic psychic telescope, those objects are physical objects, present in the particular, used to attune the receiver and transmitter to the general, and the subjects. Which is to say, idealistically, they are common objects in the sense of being placeholders in the particular and actual objects or words or concepts in the general. But the emotional attachment is present in the general. The emotional attachment is simulated in the particular. The archetypes present in the particular are literal archetypes, while in the general they are figurative. This arrangement promotes the assumption of the receiver and transmitter of the subjects. In the case of pattern embedding, the objects are digitally represented in the data transmitted to the recipient. These objects possess a common emotional attachment for both the subjects in the general and the receiver and transmitter in the particular. But in the case of pattern embedding, the transmission is designed to project a monologue rather than receive one. Thus, in this case, the transmitter and receiver in the particular become the subjects. And the subjects become the transmitter and receiver. The common objects remain the same. But in the particular the objects are mere facsimile. In the general they are the real objects. In other words, any digital content can transmit a monologue, by generating a link between archetypes, and an arrangement of objects, a structure. The system is thus primarily built around a psychic telescope at the center of the Panopticon, using pattern embedding to create the structure necessary for distribution of monologues into our lives. These monologues animate our perceptions by filtering into us while in a state of hyperarousal, maintained and propagated through infrasound and our digital devices. I would like to add some further information about the agenda of the aliens. It is structured upon an interspecies charter, a document crafted between a delegation of human beings and our alien visitors. Although I have not seen this document, I know that it contains restrictions on the use of force by aliens, or direct intervention within our societies. It permits participation while excluding direct action. I know this because the aliens appear to be prevented from taking direct action against those who oppose them, preferring coercive and manipulative measures. They can participate but cannot directly alter the course of events. The aliens' primary method of controlling us apart from the Panopticon is through their active pruning program. This involves the use of interdimensional protoplasms to directly truncate thoughts which depart from the agenda. It also involves digital truncation of thought processes which undermine their methods and policies. They alter digital transmissions, interrupting streams of thought which are regressive in their eyes. This is managed top-down by the same organizations which insert data through pattern embedding into telecommunications data. All telecommunications data is managed by a centralized system which allows compiling to accord with the insertion of monologues and truncation of problematic narratives. That's the end of the podcast for today. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment and subscribe.